Good evening, Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal, Adab. Welcome to Bits and Banter, and today we are once again here to talk about IPL. Today's match between RCB and the new RCB. There is a reason we say that. We'll come to that later. Yeah, but I'm joking. It is actually between RCB and the Punjab Kings. The match went to the 20th over, as all matches have been going. RCB batted first and they scored 164 runs for 7 wickets in their 20 overs. And Punjab Kings lost 1 wicket less, but ended up 7 runs short. They were 158 for 6. There were some notable performances. The most important came from the RCB bowlers, and especially Yuzvendra Chahal, who looks like he is taking revenge on the selectors who didn't pick him for the T20 World Cup that is down the road. So to discuss this and other stuff, welcome Edward. How are you? And again, happy smile. RCB makes it has got into the top 4.
Yes,
so,
yes, that's right.
So they are into the knockouts. So what's the reaction? Immediate reaction?
Good. I think it's good to get into the knockouts with 2 more matches to spare. Hopefully that will give them time to experiment, at least if not with the order, the 11, experiment in terms of, go out and hit those runs and bowl really well and, try to make it in the top 2. But it is important to get into the playoffs with a few matches left rather than taking it to the last one.
Yeah, which they do usually, which they give us goosebumps. I mean, the heebie-jeebies. So the next 2 matches you might be interested in knowing. One is in Abu Dhabi and one is in Dubai. So these are the venues for the knockouts. So I think that actually helps RCB also, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So they are well placed, I would imagine, but they should not make mistakes like sending Dan Christian. It was more like a damn Christian, right? Sending him at number 3 when Bharat was doing so well for you.
Exactly.
Those experiments at least they should not do for the next 2 matches.
Yeah, they had no need to send Dan Christian there. Although, I mean, Dan Christian, to be kind to him, he didn't last too long. Just 1 ball. He came, he saw, and he went. But then, I mean, I have this very interesting point because to me, I think RCB's match, the day wasn't complete today. Would you agree? There was one factor missing.
Yeah, I agree because Harshal Patel didn't get wickets, right?
I know. he managed to run out, but then he didn't get wickets, man. How can you do that? And by the way, it is not fun and games. I'm not joking here because there is a very interesting stat vis-a-vis bowling and RCB. Harshal Patel is the first bowler of RCB who has actually got a purple cap this far in the tournament, and who has a good chance to retain the purple cap, which makes him the first RCB player. If he retains, you have Avesh Khan biting, I mean, just 4 wickets away, because today he didn't get wickets. No, Harshal Patel needs to get wickets now in the next 2 matches.
Right.
Avesh Khan is, I think, 4 wickets short of that thing. Patel has got 26 wickets. He's way ahead. Avesh is, I think, at 21 or 22. I don't remember. In all the seasons of IPL, RCB and KKR are the only 2 teams which have never had a purple cap holder in their midst.
I guess that sums up why RCB never went the full distance, because bowling is a very important part of winning the championship itself. RCB always had extremely good batsmen like Kohli, De Villiers, now Padikkal, and then
Chris Gayle at his prime,
and all that. Yeah. But then they could never defend a total, or they gave away cheap runs, especially some of these fast bowlers bowling down the leg. It was so frustrating for RCB fans.
Yeah,
but I guess, sorry.
Yeah, carry on.
So I guess this is a welcome this thing, and we can actually see it in the results.
Yeah. In fact, last season, in 2020 season, I was crying myself hoarse, saying Mohammad Siraj should be bowling up front. If you remember, Siraj used to go for a lot of runs, and then one fine day, Kohli was forced to open with him because he didn't have other people. And Siraj actually took a wicket in the first over or first ball or something like that. And that is how Siraj actually got into the Indian team, if you remember.
True, Raj. I remember that.
Yeah. So, and another thing I want to point out, Edward, in the current RCB team is they have bowling options. Usually they would have 5 bowlers. They didn't account for an off day for one of the bowlers.
Right.
This time we find that if you look at today's match, if I count all the players that are listed there, Dan Christian bowls, Maxwell bowls, Shahbaz Ahmed bowls, George Garton bowls, Harshal Patel bowls, Siraj bowls, Chahal bowls. All of them bowl. There are 7 bowlers, 7 or 8 bowlers.
7 bowlers, yeah.
7 bowlers. So which gives Kohli or the captain, Kohli says he won't captain next year, which gives the captain that much more options. I think that is the other thing. They were focused so much on their batting that they forgot about the bowling part. So let us hope that our trump card actually gets a few wickets and he retains the purple cap. So
yeah, definitely,
yeah.
But I look like a decent balance now, Raj.
Yes.
Except for Christian is still finding his players. He gave 11 runs of 1 over. He didn't even open his account. But yeah, let's just say that it's an off day. But he didn't field well as well today. So I hope, except for him, I think it looks like a decent side which can win the championship.
Yeah, it is. See, RCB today, this time, they are looking, they seem to be a well molded and well knit unit, where two big changes, two big purchases, if I might call it that. Harshal Patel was brought from Delhi Capitals on a transfer window, and Glenn Maxwell, who was in the Punjab Kings team and was not doing anything. I think he hit each of his sixes probably cost $1 million, if I'm not mistaken. So he suddenly shifts to RCB and he seems to be finding his feet. He has scored consistently. Today also he batted well. But for that run out of AB de Villiers, I think they would have added 20 more runs, right?
20 more runs, yeah.
Easily 20-25 runs they would have added. They were going very well. And then suddenly, again, the players came and they tried their heroics instead of giving the strike back to Maxwell. That is where I have a problem. Anyway, what about Punjab Kings? They look like the second RCB, right? RCB Mark II. They are doing everything that RCB used to do earlier.
Including their costume. They have kind of stolen their schema itself. Yeah, completely their new RCB, you are right. Minus Chris Gayle, who had to go back and win the World Cup for West Indies. They are looking exactly like that. And Punjab also is faring like that in terms of coming close and losing these matches. Today was not that close. Maybe it could have been if, sensible batting 5 overs before it all ended. Yeah. But they're not doing well at all. I agree with you.
Yeah. So see the other thing that why I say that is, many times you and I, we have discussed on this show when we started last year, how RCB makes these amazing, crazy decisions which we can't explain sitting here and watching.
Right.
Like they did today, like Dan Christian, but Dan Christian was kind enough not to make us talk too much about him. We still talk too much. Yeah. But now you see Punjab Kings doing exactly that. You suddenly change the batting order and then you have Sarfaraz Khan, who has not played a game in 6 months, suddenly coming ahead of Shah Rukh Khan, who won you the previous match. Where is this coming from? What are you trying to do? I just don't get it.
I was watching the dressing room, Raj. Actually, Sarfaraz was like this small kid asking, "Can I go and bat, please?"
Yeah. Mere ko batting de do, please.
Rahul said, "Okay, go, but come back quickly." He went and he was back. What did they achieve, right?
Yeah, and see, when you have a guy who Shah Rukh, who actually hits it really hard, he's been in a rich vein of form. To me, when you have an opening partnership of some decent partnership, you should have actually sent him up front. You should have probably done what RCB tried to do with Dan Christian, where they didn't need to do, because Srikar Bharat is a good hitter of the ball. Here, you could have done that. You didn't do it. So, this entire thing seemed to be a bit muddled, and which shows in the results. So, I think Punjab is now they have joined SRH. So now it only depends. Now we need to see who ends with the lowest number of points. I think Punjab's chances are now over, because at this point in time they are with 10 points, and they have just one game left.
Okay.
Yeah, so they will at best end with 12, which is not going to help them get to 14. 14 is the cutoff number.
Cutoff, yeah.
Yeah.
The traffic jam is moving from the middle to the bottom now.
Yeah.
They're all fighting for the last 2 or 3 places.
Yes. So now you see, the funny thing is, now Punjab's last match, if I'm not mistaken, is against one of the big teams, if I'm not mistaken. So which means that it just gets tougher for them. It's weird. I really don't know how what they are going to do from here on till the next. It is against CSK, yeah.
CSK. So
that is the problem.
That curtains for them.
Yeah, it is curtains for them. So anyways, so good. Any other thought you have about RCB as we go into the next match? which is
Well,
starting
it
in a
looks
bit.
like so. Finally, I don't want to say the tagline that they use, Isala. I won't complete it because it's jinxed. But it looks more likely because with Kohli's decision as well of not continuing, and that in itself is an incentive for the RCB players.
No, now we can probably say Isala Kappielli.
So they'll still not win it in India. If they win, they will still not win it in India. Yeah. So
yeah.
You can still say Kohli didn't win it for Bangalore in India. So anyway, so it looks more likely that this is a good team. See, winning and losing on any given day, you can never be sure of. The best of the teams can fall and bite the dust, and sometimes teams really do well suddenly, right?
Yeah.
But it's a good team is what matters. There is a process. There seems to be some kind of working, something working for them. That's what I would.
Yeah, I agree with you. On that note, I think we'll leave it there and hope that RCB actually follows that process that Edward just talked about in the next two matches and comes up trumps towards the latter part. At least let us see some good games.
Good games,
Let us not tear our hair. We don't have too many left now to tear. We have been tearing for the last 13 years. So see you, Edward. Thanks a lot. Thanks for being on the show, and all you guys stay safe.
Raj, any quick word you have on KKR versus Hyderabad? Do you want to?
I don't, because it is a match where Hyderabad is just can at best play spoil sport, because if they lose, they win, KKR is also virtually their fate is also probably sealed. So the problem is that because see, now these guys have now, since RCB has moved ahead in terms of on the points table, it's very tough for the other guys below to hope to salvage too much, because they are already on 16. So the top three are covered. There is only one slot which is open now. Yeah, one slot. KKR has one more match after today. So if they lose this again, they will be bunched at 12 with Punjab Kings. If Punjab Kings wins, both of them will be bunched at 12. But KKR might go ahead because of the net run rate. They already are ahead on net run rate. Punjab Kings are in the negative. So this is where the challenge is. So I mean, so it's now all these guys today. If KKR loses, I'll say, I mean, they might at best sneak through because the other guys are not as good. But then if a Mumbai comes and wins two matches, the remaining two matches, they are done. If RR wins two matches, these two guys are done.
So still a lot to look forward to.
Oh yes, a lot to look forward to in the coming week. So we'll see you later. Bye.
Wonderful. Bye. Bye, Raj.